Well, Michael Ehlert, the former UOG professor found guilty of sexually assaulting a university student, was sentenced today in Superior Court. Judge Vern Paris handed down a sentence of 18 months out of the possibility of 8 years. After the victim's impact statement was read in court, prosecutor Matt Heibel sought a sentence of 7 years in prison. Ehlert was facing up to 8 years in prison for criminal sexual conduct and additional 8 years for attempted criminal sexual conduct. But his attorney, Jay Arreola, argued that the mandatory minimum of 1 year in prison for each count is an injustice to his client, who he says is not a danger to the community. Arreola asked for a suspension of any sentence on Ehlert. And finally, since his arrest, Ehlert broke his silence, but continued to maintain his innocence.
Since the very beginning of the women's claims, I have worked within the system to clear my name of these allegations. And I say allegations decidedly, because we still don't know what happened that night. The women's stories on the stand contradict each other. Nevertheless, I accept that the jury drew a conclusion and found me guilty on 2 counts out of 6 charged. I accept that. However, I continue to vigorously deny any wrongdoing and never had sexual contact with any of the students as alleged.
During the sentencing, Judge Perez acknowledged the character statements, but he noted that based on the verdict, Ehlert clearly acted in a way that will affect the victims for a lifetime. Judge Perez sentenced Ehlert to 2 years each for criminal sexual conduct and attempted CSC for a combined sentence of 4 years. However, the judge also demonstrated some leniency, acknowledging Ehlert's community service. So he suspended 30 of the 48 months, leaving Ehlert to serve just 18 months. The former professor will have to register as a level 1 sex offender. He will serve 3 years probation upon his release. He was allowed to remain on house arrest pending an appeal of the trial.